My friends, my friends. Welcome to another episode of the Nuclear Heatwave Wrestling Podcast, brought to you by Mafia Sports Report. I am, as always, Dr. Love, and again, like I say every week, I can't do it without him, but we got Sauce Bronson, baby,
yo.
in the house.
Hey, Doc, this is something I want to tell you before we get started.
All right, bring it. Hit me with it.
I just want to tell you Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thanks. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Hey, wait. Happy Valentine's Day. Wait. Wait. That's it. Okay, thank you. But, hey, it is Valentine's Day, guys. And, of course, with, all the stuff that happens around this Valentine's Day, which I'm not going to lie, Sauce actually said something earlier on social media that made me laugh so hard about Valentine's Day. And it's absolutely true. Would you like to say what you posted earlier? Just that one thing?
Yeah. No, I'll post both of them.
Okay.
Basically, what was it? Let me quote it.
Yep. It's one of my favorite things ever.
It's funny because it's true.
It's very true.
All I'm doing is just giving the knowledge out here because it's free. Pro tip. If you see somebody write a long Valentine's Day post about they significant other, especially like a paragraph, just let you know that they probably cheated on them like multiple times. The key is the longer the post, the more they probably cheated on each other. And to all the ladies that's listening, I'm just letting you know, if your plans was canceled today, then you were probably the side piece. Just don't be mad about it. Listen, it happens to the best of us. I'm just saying,
Yep.
Sometimes you didn't get the brass ring tonight. You just got to wait till you just got to get that type of opportunity another day. All right. I'm just letting you know.
Just reach for that brass ring. Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, and before we get into wrestling, one of the best feelings in the world is a sense of accomplishment. And you know what I accomplished today that took me 5 hours to do?
All right. What'd you do?
I finally beat Mega Man X3.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Stupid Doppler stage where you got to like bounce forward through the stupid walls.
Yep.
After 5 hours and trying different ways to cheat, because cheating is what I do best. I actually had to do it the hard way, the old-fashioned way. Finally did it. Didn't look back. Hour later, finally beat that stupid game. So there's only one Mega Man game left. I got a Mega Man X game I got left to beat, and that's the 8th one.
Which I actually own. Actually, I physically own it. So if you want to play it on some vintage cards, console, then there you go.
listen, I got the Legacy Collection on the Switch. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the multiple exit line. Of course. But
I will say this real quick before we get into wrestling. These hoary bad boys right here, these chunky Joy-Cons. Listen, man. Listen, just a whole lot of chunk in these hands.
That's what Holly says to me, my wife, when talks about me.
Hey, you got it. You got to do that. You got to ding ding that one.
Yep, there we go. Ding ding. There we go. Oh yeah, but so we got a good day here, and of course we have basically the go home show to Elimination Chamber. And in past few years, it's kind of lost its luster. But this year is definitely been ramped up, at least for a little bit, in most part, because of Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns, and just the bloodline and the continuing storyline. So we'll be getting to talking about that in a little bit, but just in general, kind of going over our thoughts and everything about the matches themselves, and then a little later we'll talk about our predictions and just in general anything about it. Because trust me, if one thing I loved was Elimination Chamber has been around since 2002. And as he's definitely said multiple times, Eric Bischoff was the creator of it. He was the creator of the Elimination Chamber, which was always kind of a funny thing if you think about it, because when the Chamber matches happened, and they happened pretty much every year after that, there was a couple years they didn't have it. They then revamped it. What, about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I think it was. I can't remember the date, but they changed it from where it's kind of the big circle, and then they kind of made it a little bit smaller. Honestly made it better. They made the tops bigger, so people could get on top of that. Because remember, like when RVD or anybody would get on top of the old one, he was all there was like, I'm scrunched up in there because they're not supposed to get on top of it.
I want to say when the network started, I think that's when they changed it.
That's a good point.
When the network started, like a year after, like you said, hey, I want to say, like you're right, as far as I want to say, maybe around that time, that's when they changed it. So
yeah, because remember, I think it was 15 is when they did the one that was exclusive to the network, and then that's the one where Kevin Owens beat John Cena when he was NXT champion, and that was like the biggest, like huge big win. But before we keep talking, it looks like we do have some chats here, so let's go here. Oh, Papa Mafia, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Well, there you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, listen, happy VD. Spread it around.
Yep, I see what you did. I see what you did there. Oh, we're gonna have fun tonight. But and then we also have we got Big O in the house.
Yeah, we got to get him back. We got to get him featured back on here again.
We got to get him featured on here because last time I checked, I think Big O is right there. This champion.
He is our Don River champion right now.
So I'm feeling the love between Doc and Sauce and I. Happy Hearts Day, of course. Thank you, Big O. And then we do have D-Town guy. What's up, fellas? Doing good. Here to talk to you guys about some wrestling and whatnot. But like I said, if you have anything you want to talk about, continue. We're here to talk. You know us. Come on.
Oh yeah.
And then of course we have we have Avery. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, and just to let everybody know, there's nothing wrong with your phones or screens. Doc, do you want to tell them what's going on in your room right now?
Yeah. So yeah, if it's like I'm not trying to be like ominous like Bray Wyatt or the Undertaker or anything, but no, one of the lights in my room here is busted, and I just I didn't have any other bulbs, and I honestly was running late to switch up one, so it's a little darker, but I'm sure you can. How you doing? I'm sure you can. We're good to go. So, but that's all. And it looks like we got Papa Mafia here again. So
yeah.
All right. I'm happy. We're gonna have a good night tonight here.
Listen, I'm just letting you know, if you say yeah in the chat, we're gonna just we're gonna give you a yeah back. So just,
we'll give you a yeah back. But all right. But I don't know. Oh, there, and then we do have one more chat, which this is absolutely deserved, as Big O is the reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the Tomato Fountain, which is funny because I actually like how he says it that way. So I like this. Hey, Big O, you might be now, but come Saturday, I don't know. That's all I gotta say.
Once again, happy belated birthday. 29 years. Shout out to you.
Yes, absolutely, man. But excuse me. So yeah, I mean, just kind of get into like with the Elimination Chamber 2002. This new match comes out because Hell in a Cell was like always it was there. What's kind of funny is Hell in a Cell was getting played out then, if you think about it, because a little bit. Just imagine what they would think about now. Right. So oh my gosh. So they come out with the Elimination Chamber, which honestly was a really cool idea, So it's like, you have like 6 people in a match. It's Elimination Chamber. It's like a Hell in a Cell. Then you trap them in there. You have the little pods and everything. But it worked. It kind of worked, especially if you're going for the biggest title, your World Heavyweight title, your WWE Championship. It mattered. They actually were putting people in the matches that matter, that were, and to me, I liked it. I was always a fan. And then they started watering it down when the brand split. Then it started getting weird. You were randomly getting people like Big Daddy V. You were getting in the match. You were getting like Ryback, who won only one they did for the Intercontinental title. For God's sake, friggin' Ryan friggin' Reeves. He wins an Elimination Chamber match, right? So put that in perspective. Chris Jericho has eliminated 10 people in Elimination Chamber matches, the most out of anybody. He's tied with 8 appearances with Orton, but he's never won one. I have a problem with that. If Ryan Ryback has won one, but that's neither here nor there. That's another thing. So, but we do have another chat here from Pierre Martinez. Thank you for joining us again.
Hey,
hello,
welcome back.
welcome back, my friend. My friend.
So let's say, Pierre, are you pretty excited about this weekend in Chamber?
Yeah, definitely let us know your thoughts and of any of the matches and stuff. We're definitely going over all that. So
yeah, and then apparently we got one more from him.
Oh, I do got that here.
Oh yeah, I'll let you pull it up.
There we go. I think my favorite Elimination Chamber match was the Alexa Bliss one, which
solid one.
That was a very solid one, and the first women's Elimination Chamber match. So she's got that distinction to be the first one to win. So pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie, that's a good choice right there. I'm glad though she's taking time off now, and they're not just going to water down her character. They don't really need her right now currently, but I do like her. I'm always a fan. So
they do we want to go over our favorites right now, or just go over memories? How are we doing this today?
That's a good point. Like you know what?
I don't know what you got your.
You have
on your prescription pad.
I can pull this up and it has like nothing on it. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
It's like I just know. It's a chicken scratch. We can go back and forth on it. Well, here's the thing. Let's go through the matches and then we'll kind of talk about it after it. So we can kind of pop that on there. So, but it looks like let's see. I do see it here with Pierre. Talk about Sammy. Absolutely, man. Pierre, Sammy, the whole storyline with Sammy and Roman is gonna be. It's going to be interesting, especially with the promos that have already happened the past couple of weeks with Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman, and then the phenomenal promo he did yesterday with Sami Zayn and Cody. Detailed Guy J. The U.S. Championship match will be a good one. I do think so. First ever U.S. title match for Elimination Chamber. So yeah, I really think it will. There's some good talent in that match. So I really hope they can actually showcase them. So you know what, and since we have that as our chat, we'll talk about that one first actually. Okay. So thank you, D-Town guy. Let me see if I got that here.
I hope while you do that, I hope Pierre enjoyed my thumbnail with Sami Zayn. I worked really hard on that, and by really hard it took me about 45 minutes.
Yeah, so what's funny is, so just kind of put it in perspective, I'm an artist. I'm not that good at computer art stuff or anything kind of like that. My phone doesn't, I'm not really that literate with it. Sauce, on the other hand, he can do that kind of stuff a lot better than me. So usually I will collaborate on pictures. I kind of research some stuff, give him an idea. And all I said was, look, I found this perfect picture and it's Valentine's Day. Boom. And then Sauce came up with some good stuff right there, especially with Jay. That put it over the top right in the middle. So yeah. So Sauce, thank you very much, man.
No problem.
So going back to it, so we do have, like I said, the first ever U.S. title match for an Elimination Chamber. And, ever since, Triple H has taken over, the U.S. title, secondary titles have been elevated good. And the U.S. Championship has been defended week in, week out, whether it was Austin Theory, whether it was Lashley, whether it was Seth Rollins. They've all defended them in great matches against Johnny Gargano, Kevin Owens, and the list goes on and on. And it's Finn Balor, Damian Priest. So now with this match here, you have reigning champion Austin Theory with this gimmick that's, I know people have already kind of been speculating about him because of how he's kind of talking about being ruthless, and he's got a lot of aggression. So, and the big rumors are about him going versus Cena, right, at WrestleMania.
Right.
I'm not. You know what? We're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to finish this, and then we'll talk about that. But Austin Theory, right now, great. I like it, all his mic work, great wrestler. But they also got some other people in here, like Bronson Reed. I'm happy he's back in WWE. They booked him pretty good as a pretty good monster. A pretty good think of it this way. Look at Braun Strowman. I'm a monster, but I come back at skinny jeans, so you can't take him seriously. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like he comes in, he starts dominating. I like this. But look at, yes, and as a couple people are already talking on here, D-Town guy Jay, I'll just do it real quick here. I think this is a Montez push starts, and
I agree.
Pierre Martinez agree with Montez. So
yeah,
and Sauce has actually said this for a while. I mean, we like the Street Profits, but there's always been the one that was like here and down here, like not all the way down, like here, but Montez Ford. I mean, come on, this guy oozes charisma. He absolutely is phenomenal in the ring. He's got good ring awareness, and yeah, it's not a coincidence that they put him in here. And this is his test. I feel he might not win this match, but he'll be out there first and probably get eliminated last. I
would say last. I would say he'd probably get eliminated. Well, me personally, I think he'd probably be second from the last.
Okay.
But,
all right. All right. Hold on. We do have another chat here from Papa Mafia. Just real quick. Do you think titles should be only lost at a pay-per-view? No, I don't. And I know Mafia because look, you're the old school, WCW guy. I've watched my stuff fair share of that, a lot of it. And if they only happen at shows like pay-per-views, then you're losing out on that free audience. You got to remember, like when you have something happen on free TV, you do get more publicity, and it's usually a bigger surprise. And especially now with how social media is and everything like that, it's a huge surprise. Everything's live, in a sense, live now and everything. So, but it's rare. Like, it would have to be a rare thing to have. Like, look at Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair came back New Year's Eve and beat Ronda Rousey on SmackDown in her return. Right? I know. There we go. Yep. Can we all class? There we go.
She out there. Listen, Charlotte was out there doing the Lord's work. Okay, I'm just putting that out there.
So, in my opinion, though, that change happened because they changed their plan with Ronda Rousey. They didn't. They looked at her and said, "We don't want to push her all the way to WrestleMania. We'd rather have Charlotte Flair do it." So there was a specific reason for that. But a title changing on I'm fine with it as long as there's a good purpose for the title change. I mean, when Roman Reigns won the title on Raw, remember that Sauce when he won it on Raw? It was crazy. It was crazy a little bit, but
shoot, what's the name when Bobby Lashley won the WWE title on Raw?
Yes, as well. Yep. Yeah.
Then, let's go back a little further. Mm-hmm. When Kurt Angle, with I call him Daddy Angle, and Brock Lesnar, they with the SmackDown Iron Man match, and that was when Brock actually won the championship back from Daddy Kurt. That was on free TV.
That was on free TV, and I've mentioned this in the past that was one of my favorite matches, and they should do another Iron Man match for sure. Whether it's for the U.S. title, in my opinion, Intercontinental title, put Gunther Iron Man match. Boom, that's money. I'm putting that one out there.
But I would say, me as a fan, I would like to see. Obviously, we don't have to do like AEW where they put the belt on the line like every single show as far as the title, whatever.
Yeah,
title. But I don't want every few months put the belt on the line. But I would like to see maybe once a year or once maybe every year and a half. You get that surprise, main title change on free TV. Only, because when it happens like that, well, actually, I would say, back, year and a half to 2 years, just that one shocking surprise, when the main belt switches hands on free television or cable TV. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I agree with that but the problem is the last 2 years the belts have been hijacked. At least one of them have. So that's been ever since they knew that they wanted to push him for these belts. It's like but I agree. I think that gives that nice sense of surprise, and I'm all for it. Again, if it makes sense for storyline, I'm fine with it. So there you go. But as we were saying about, because I had predicted that Montez Ford will come in first, one of the first two. We'll start off, I guess. And I say he'll be last. But Pierre actually says Seth will be last, which absolutely makes sense storyline wise because they have had this great feud. But my only concern with that is they're really pushing the Logan Paul thing. Even yesterday's Raw, they're calling out Logan Paul like you have scared Logan Paul, blah blah blah. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, if that's what they're going for, Seth, Logan Paul, give it to me. Oh my gosh, you know how great that's gonna be. So I am fine with that. Oh, maybe we lost Sauce. Hey, there he is. Hey, we found him. It's like I grabbed you back. There we go.
I don't know what happened.
Right. But yeah, so it's like Seth makes a lot of sense. So that could absolutely happen too. But they're pushing Montez Ford, and again, I look at this like it's a test for him. He's here. He's not gonna win. I will say though, because here's what we're gonna do. Sauce, we're gonna do our final two. For each Elimination Chamber, the last two, and then the winner. Okay. All right, cool. I'm going to do that Saturday too, by the way, Big O. So just watch. So that's going to be doing that for the title too. But I say yes. I'm going to say Austin Theory wins, but Montez Ford will be the last to be there. Okay. So
I'm updating it for you right now.
All right, I appreciate that. So I know our technology, we're changing up. We're always evolving here at Nuclear Heatwave. So, but as you're doing that, I'll bring up another chat here from Pierre. Mankind was the best non-pay-per-view title change. Well, it's very much most infamous because of the story around it. As obviously as you know, the Raw was taped at that time. Nitro for WCW, their biggest competition, who they had been losing to for over a year, was beating them in ratings. So everyone talks about that, like where Tony Schiavone infamously calls out saying that Mick Foley was going to win their world title that night, thinking that was going to be a good, no one wants to turn over and watch that on TV. Obviously, guess what? That was at the time when me and my brother were watching. And we would watch both. Two TVs going, and guess what happened? We both went into the other room and basically, while that was still playing, and watched that happen. Okay, and that was the end. That was the start, the beginning of the downfall of basically the war itself. But yeah. And you know what's crazy? If you think about it, look at the past few years where you have the underdog. I say underdog, but you know what I'm saying, like the Yes movement with Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, obviously Kofi Mania, nuts
at the Chamber.
But Mankind basically was one of the not the first at all. There's been people too, but he was basically it too. He got so over how they booked him that they said, "Well, we can't ignore it anymore. We can't ignore this crowd. We're going to give him the title." There you go. So. And so that was I'd have to agree with that though. That was a pretty big shocking title change. But as for the other people in the Elimination Chamber, no, we got our predictions. But look, so we also have Johnny Gargano in the match and Damian Priest, and of course the aforementioned Bronson Reed. Oh, come on, Sauce. Come on.
Listen, Gargano on the main roster. I mean, at this point, he's at this point, he's basically just unseasoned mayonnaise. At this point, it's just.
Oh my gosh.
Like in NXT, he was great. He missed something. Now he's just there.
So you're saying he's coleslaw, right?
Yeah, basically.
He's cold. Some people like it. Some people are like, oh, most people are like, I don't like that, but. They always give it to you in a meal, but you're like, I'm not gonna eat it, but you're gonna take it. There you go.
Yeah.
But okay, so fine. Gargano. What about Damian Priest? He's evolved a little bit with Judgment Day. He's gotten a little bit better on the mic, and
he's there. He's there.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, you know, we got some nice guys. We also, I'll be honest with you, we got some rock stars. We got some duds in this match. I mean, as far as character wise, as far as wrestling wise, yeah. I mean, Gargano, he's definitely gonna do a few high spots off of one of those chamber pods. You know, Priest to do, you know, as far as Priest to do his thing or whatnot. Wrestling wise, yes, I'm here for it. But character wise, I'm just like, all right, yeah, they're here. Yeah, all right, cool. They showed up.
Okay. Got a couple chats here real quick. Just because you were just talking about Pierre, give Gargano some time.
I mean, Gargano's been there since what?
He's been there for a few years.
What, no, I'm saying he's been on the main roster since what, November?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I mean, hey, I'll tell you what, Pierre. After I give him from because Mania's kind of reset button on a lot of storylines. I'll give him to SummerSlam. If he's still running around here like, you know, unseasoned mayonnaise, then at that point, listen, I'm done.
Well, according to Papa Mafia, he's like Miracle Whip. You're saying?
Hey, listen. We would not tarnish the great name of Miracle Whip. Okay.
Oh.
we would not, especially Miracle Whip. Like, woo!
Apparently, there's some fighting words right there.
listen.
Oh my gosh, that's. Let's see. We'll do one more right here from a D-Town guy. Since the Usos are cleared to be at the Chamber, what is your opinion of Jay? So,
be there?
Yeah,
wow.
That's I know it's a big deal because of obviously when we were talking about before the previous arrest records and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We shall wait and see because obviously they're going to have a big impact on this match. There's something going to happen with everyone included. So, honestly, the match should have had some kind of stipulation, lumberjack type match or something like, maybe not officially, but just like people are there. I don't know, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit for sure. So, but all right, let's see what we got here. Oh, well, just one more because it's part of with Johnny Gargano. It's with D-Town guy. Dexter Lumis is more entertaining. And I agree with you on that. I agree.
D-Town know what's up.
Yeah, so I'm just going to sit here the rest of the time while we just talk, but I do like his character. When he was in Impact Wrestling as Sam Shaw, and basically the same gimmick, it worked there. So it worked there, it works here. So. But all in all, I see. We got kind of our ideas here, and we do have our theories. Austin Theory. Hey. But we both agree that Austin Theory is walking away with the U.S. Championship. So, All right. But I say that they're going to give the rub. They're going to give the push to Montez Ford. And you say that Seth Rollins will be the last. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll wait and see what happens with that. But, yeah. And, it's going to be a great match. I feel like it's going to be a great match. And I'm not going to lie. I think that might be the opener. I think it could be the opener match.
Yeah, why not?
Well, think of it this way. They're not going to do two chambers back to back.
No.
So they're going to open with one, then have three two matches, then that, then that'll probably what happens. So.
Yeah, the way they'll probably, the way I had to predict, like they'll open up with the U.S. Championship, then they'll do because the crowd be nuclear at that point, and then after that, give us Edge and these hands. Yep, there we go. And then so I would do U.S. Chamber first. Then I'll do Edge and Beth Phoenix and Finn Balor Rhea Ripley because no one cares about that match. The full countdown, and then give me Bobby and give me Lesnar and Daddy Lashley. Give me them two to kind of get the crowd going back up again, and then give me the women's chamber match, and then give me the final closing. The WWE Universe Planet of the World Championship.
Yeah, it is a mouthful, right? Like during their promo yesterday, I felt bad every time that they were just had to say every single thing. Like, don't you miss the days of I'm going to be a world champion? I'm going to be the the world's champion. I'm going to be the WWF champion, WWE champion.
All I gotta say, I would have just, if I was Papa H, I would have been like, listen, just call it undisputed championship for sure, and just keep it moving.
Actually, the right thing to say, because the idea is it's 2 belts, Universal, WWE. Now it's undisputed. Why do you have to keep saying both? It's weird. But I agree with that. But so since we were talking, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask where we going next.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Since you mentioned it and you're so very excited for this match, we're going to talk about Edge and his wife Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Mommy Ripley. Oh, Mommy. So obviously, not much about this. I mean, I'm excited, obviously, to see Rhea Ripley more so in a match wrestling. But right at this point, her ticket's punched. Her ticket's punched to WrestleMania. It's going to be, I'm excited for it. But this is just the storyline based off of what they did to Beth Phoenix with the concerto hit. It's going to be obviously a lot of animosity. You're going to see, even the rest, Dominic's going to be there at ringside. Rey Mysterio will come out at ringside, whether it's at the beginning or. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, no. Who's that jumping out the sky?
Like, who's that jumping out the chamber? R-E-Y. Let's go.
Oh, my God, please. He pops out. So he'll be out there, Dominic. They're going to keep talking their stuff there. And then, the match is going to happen. And then they're going to hit all their moves. You're going to see all this stuff. And Edge is going to win. Edge will pin Finn Balor. Because they might do that double spot they did with Miz and Maurice. Maybe. I don't know. I just don't see Rhea Ripley taking a pin like how in that scenario, Miz and Maurice, that made sense. Like doing the double spot when they had that last year. But I feel like in this scenario, Finn Balor is going to eat it. He's going to take the spear at the end and then lose. So. And there's not much else to it. It's, Sauce pretty much had it right. There might be some good moves here and there, but it's not furthering any storyline for both of them. They're not gonna. I would be shocked if they did further it more. I guess this is my thing. Like if they went on to say we're gonna settle this for sure at WrestleMania, I'd be like, I see. Okay.
Yeah, the only way you could have made this like a rubber match situation is if Rhea wasn't fight for the belt. Yeah. Yep. Other than that, this is gonna be
Yeah. So in my opinion, prediction wise, it's Edge and Beth Phoenix. So. Oh, you put down Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor.
Oh wait. Oh my bad. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay.
Wait. You going Edge and Phoenix?
I am, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because like I said, I feel like it makes sense for the redemption of what happened to Beth Phoenix and Edge. But again, it's very clear that Rhea Ripley's not taking the fall on that. I think it's just Finn Balor will take the pin and get that there. But all right, we got a couple some opinions on this here. We got Pierre with maybe Charlotte Flair interferes with something. Heat for WrestleMania. That could happen. That's a possibility. I didn't even think about that because I know, like, that it's a good way to kind of build up the story for it because she made this announcement that she's going to face Charlotte, but she's mainly been on Raw and Charlotte's on SmackDown, so it's hard to build the feud up. So this actually might be a good point to that. Like, think of it this way, Sauce. What if Charlotte showed up at the top of the ramp? Rhea goes out to go fight her, so Rhea's gone, and that's why Finn Balor doesn't have her to tag and loses the match. See. So Pierre's got that wrestling mindset, but that's a good way because again, they haven't had much time to build up this feud. There's already a built-in feud. They fought at WrestleMania at this point 3 years ago. And, it makes sense, but there still hasn't been more. There's just been talk here. So I feel like that's a good way to do it. And it doesn't make her look worse either. It doesn't make her look weak. So That's definitely a good possibility there. And then we do have the D-Town guy. I think Judgment Day wins clean. So okay, all right. So we got some different opinions here. I do like that though. So Judgment Day winning clean. I guess my only problem with it is, I mean, unless Edge takes the loss. You know, the fact that Beth Phoenix coming back from this devastating injury, injury angle they were having, and she wouldn't lose, but she's also not a full-time wrestler, right? It's not like someone coming back and gonna get back into it. Like, so it's interesting. I think. I personally still think it's going to be Edge and Beth Phoenix, Edge winning over Finn Balor. But, anything can honestly happen because if they want to keep pushing Judgment Day, it just depends on with Rhea Ripley. Like, imagine this. Your scenario, I see it then Rhea Ripley, winning the match clean, or however she would win it. But she would get the pinfall and not Finn Balor. So,
yeah.
But
basically, I see the same way. Like basically, the way I look at it, either Rhea gets the clean pinfall, or Fowler gets pinned. One of those two ways.
Yep. Okay. All right. See, I like it. And that could be what happens during our championship on Saturday. That could be what divides the group. That divides the group with us on it. So who knows? We'll see. But yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of our predictions here. Oh, so Sauce, you are going with Judgment Day on your.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I guess you could say I have a dog in this pointless fight.
All right. But do you think so? Do you think it's going to be Rhea Ripley winning the match at getting the pinfall?
Yeah. Definitely.
I got you.
She'll get her dominance over Mama Phoenix, and we all will move on with our lives.
There you go. Oh man, that's funny. All right, so but moving on with the match, we will go with the one match that obviously was happening, but finally got confirmed yesterday on Monday Night Raw. But we do have Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Three, if you're UFC or boxing terms, their third match they've had, and hopefully much better than their second match they had. So, I got some opinions on it. This match. Honestly, can go either way. I think Sauce, we talked about last week a little bit that you thought the match might not even happen. Like the match might not happen in a general sense. I still think it won't happen. Yep. So
they definitely gonna fight, but I don't really see I don't hear a bell ringing.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy too is even with Lesnar not being here as much, they have built this feud up over the past few months in a good way. Him coming out on the anniversary Raw, and then just F5 cost him the title, U.S. title. They kept going with it. The ridiculous promos that Lesnar cut. Oh my gosh. All he thinks about is Bobby Lashley.
Bobby who? Bobby.
Well, so
actually, the little promo that Bobby cut on Raw when he sat on the table, he was like, my lawyer looked at it. My kids looked at it. He was like, my agent looked at it. I said, okay. I see you out here, Daddy Lashley. I see you.
Yep. And I like it, and it works. So I think basically this match, it's got to make up for the second match, though. Because that second match was just bizarre. Still to the right now, I still was so confused by the ending of that match, because we remember, I think it was a botched ending, right? I think like how he was supposed to kind of flip off the rope or something. Yeah. And so we're going to get, obviously, we're going to have what we're going to have. We're going to have a F5 meter. We're going to have like a spear meter. How many spears are going to happen? And a suplex meter. Like, it's going to be crazy, but yeah, it could happen where the match doesn't start yet. You can beat them up on the outside, table shot maybe. Well, they might save that for the main event, or they could do it for the. It really just depends on what they're going to do with. If they're going to actually have a real match for like 8 to 10 minutes, which is a little long, I think. Maybe maybe about. But yeah, I think at this point with the match that Lesnar will go over on Lashley. I think if the match happens, if the match actually happens, I think that's going to be Lashley. Did you put Lashley 6 Germans? I like it.
listen, y'all. It's Black History Month, so I'm rooting for the black guy on this one. Okay.
There you go.
All right, listen. The blackness in me has to go with Daddy Lashley. Okay. I'm also predicting 6 Germans. How many Germans you predicted?
So now, are we talking about just in Germans by both wrestlers? I'm assuming, or is it?
I would say by Brock. I mean, is Bobby really gonna throw any Germans out there?
No. So that's fine. So just basically saying in general, I'll say just strict Germans. I'll say 5. Okay. I'm gonna go with 5 on that. Yep, 5 Germans on that. And guys, give us your opinion and your predictions of how many German suplexes happen in this match combined. We'd like to hear from you guys as well. So, and then what we could do is you could even write them on here if you want, if we get enough people wanted to predict on there. But we do have another chat here from Pierre. Hurt Business. This guy right here talked about this months ago. Okay, that this was going to happen, and they've slowly.
Oh yeah, you talking about me?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Look, I'm right here. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I thought we talking about Pierre. Yeah. Listen, I'm a wrestling prophet. Okay, remember that.
Right. All right. So it does look like we do have some predictions here. So I didn't know if you wanted to just maybe write down here in this little section. One of the lower. I like pointing at. I'm pointing at my thing here, like you can see it, Sauce. Oh Lord! So it does look like we have Pierre, and his prediction is 10. All right. So again, this is a combined. And then we have D-Town guy with 7.
Okay, so we'll do this. I'll just put it here. Say Pierre.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Pierre, how many do you have?
Pierre has 10.
Okay, 10.
D-Town guy has 7.
Okay, 7.
And Big O has 7.
All right, Big O. 7.
Okay, all right. And we'll just wait and see what happens on that. But being honest, the match is going to probably last. I said 8 to 10 minutes, and I was being a little generous about it, but I'm still going to stick with that. I think I'm going to stick with that. So
if the match happens, 8 minutes is pretty solid. If it doesn't happen, I'm gonna give it probably 3 minutes. If it doesn't happen, if them, if they just throw each other sweaty meats around, just because, without the bell, 3 minutes. Yeah, 8 minutes isn't fair. I honestly think for most Brock matches, we always predict like 8 minutes.
Oh my gosh, that was always the fun thing about that. Like whenever you had a match, it's like, who's going to get closest without going over? Like Price is Right rules,
Yeah.
And then people would complain like, well, I'm closer, but you went over. I just said you can't go over on it. That's the whole point, But yeah, so I like I said, I'm going to say still between 8 and 10 minutes, and I said 5. Yeah, I'm going on a little bit lower on the Germans. I think it's going to be more Lashley spearing him because he hasn't really gotten the upper hand in the feud ever since he won. He got a little bit but not as much. So I feel like he'll have a little bit more to do with it. But as Pierre mentioned, Hurt Business. Now, are they going to be is MVP going to be out there? Sauce, is he going to be with them, or what do you think about that?
Listen, MVP. I know you watching this, or you got people out there watching it. listen, for Black History Month, just go ahead, just see it through, okay? For Black History Month, bring the Hurt Business back together. Come on.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yes, Montavious Velustrious Porter. Give us Hurt Business, Black History Month. Let's do it. I don't ask for much. Yes, I am milking this Black History Month. I am going to milk this until March 3rd, okay? I'm just letting y'all know March 1st. Just to let you know, March 1st, I'm still gonna be talking about Black History Month, so deal with it.
Oh, because February is only 28 days. There you go. So yeah, it's like we're getting 2 more days. Let's go. Yep. Oh, that's good. That's good.
But with that being said, I would like to see. I personally would like to see Hurt Business come back. Or whatnot, somehow, way, shape, or form. Bring MVP and that tall dude who I still think is Shaquille O'Neal. CGI'd.
Yep.
I still think it's Shaquille O'Neal CGI. You can't tell me nothing different, okay?
Right. He definitely looked like him, and when they did that whole
I promise you, it was like during the pandemic, Shaquille O'Neal had nothing else better to do. It was like, hey, can you dress up as new Cybot for like 20 minutes? He's like, okay.
Well, yeah, because he looked at it and was like, "Are we doing Shaq Fu 3? We doing new Shaq Fu? Let's go!"
I bought the beat 'em up for $5. I haven't played it yet, but one day.
You're not missing too much, but I mean, if it's $5, you'll get $5 out of it.
They said it was all right. It was all right.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I know we're going a little off tangent, but when Nintendo Switch, because we are big gamers, me and Sauce, they'll do like big sales on their like eShop. And I remember about 5 years ago, they did like these sales, and some of these indie games are like $1 or like $2. And there was one game, it was like, I don't even remember the name of it. It was like a side-scrolling, kind of like Zelda 2, a Link to it. It had like a bird, I think. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but I still have it. $1. I played it. I played it for like 2 hours straight, and my wife was looking at me like, well, that's pretty fun. I'm like, yeah, I got it for 99 cents, like $1. She's like, well, you've already played it like so much. It was good. So you get $5 out of it, Sauce, you're good. So, but again, back on tangent here a little bit. As we said, we got we do have our predictions for this match, and yeah, it is definitely going to be, as Sauce put on there, the battle of the sweaty meats.
Yep.
There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. But moving forward with the match here, we do have the other, the other Elimination Chamber match, which is for the #1 contendership for the Raw Women's Championship. So, and what's interesting about this is, doing the research on all the Elimination Chambers, mind you, there's been 30 Elimination Chamber matches in WWE history. It's kind of crazy to think about. A lot of pay-per-views had 2, especially during the brand, like when they had the different brands and they were doing it that way. But the first one, I believe, that was like for... Yeah, so basically there was the first one that was for a title, like an opportunity for WrestleMania, was back in 2008 at No Way Out with Triple H won. It's kind of funny that was like, because we were talking about that too, Sauce. We were kind of like, they were always for the title or something, and then it was never really for like a #1 contendership. But that was the first one in 08, and then they did it like 2 or 3 times after that. But with all that being said on that part of it, this match, I honestly, this is going to be a hard one. Like, because there's a couple people I could see win under the right circumstance. Obviously in this match, we do have Carmella, Natalya, who's still at the company after like 400 years, she's been there.
Yeah, somehow she still works there. Don't know how, but here we are.
The new rejuvenated Asuka, Nikki Cross, and then Raquel Rodriguez.
Hey.
Yep. And then Liv Morgan. So based off all that, I'm just going to start with my kind of my thoughts on it, and I'll let Pierre kind of put up at least for my thoughts. Pierre,
Okay.
Asuka, all the way. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would say that for sure. We'd also have D-Town guy here. I'd like to see Carmelo and Trick join the Hurt Business. All right, before we start talking about the women's match right here, what are your thoughts, Sauce, on that? Because I know, Sauce, I like Carmelo, but Sauce is a big fan and purveyor of Carmelo. So what are your thoughts on that?
Listen, if there was ever an opportunity to bring Carla Mays up to the main roster, that would be the perfect way to do it.
Yep.
That would be the perfect way. Because we got Carmelo Hayes and Trick. I guess Trick will be there for a minute until they kick him out. Or then he'll go back to NXT and change his character and find out who he is. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes, I'm just saying this. Listen, I'm ready for Carmelo to come on up to the big leagues at this point. Because like Braun Breaker ain't gonna never lose that belt. He gonna come up to the main roster with that belt. He gonna be Intercontinental Champion with that belt.
It'll fuse to his body. It'll be like
it'll be the Intercontinental XT belt. And then he'll win the US belt, and it'll be the US Continental XT belt. And he just never gonna get that damn belt off his waist.
I'm gonna cry because
but Carmelo Hayes, yeah, come on up to the big leagues. He's ready to go. I mean, he'll do better than Gargano.
Yeah, there you go. So as I just said before with Pierre, he had said Asuka all the way, but D-Town guy says that Rodriguez is winning this now. Like I said, my thoughts are with Asuka. What about your thoughts, Sauce? Who are you rooting for in this match?
So the way I did it, because you actually brought up a cool idea, the way as far as the format this.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it as obviously Raquel is going to be my winner, and it's going to come down to her and Asuka.
Yep. All right. And I'm not gonna lie, even though you have her winning, I like that because especially with bringing back Asuka's kind of original kind of gimmick she had using in New Japan and everywhere else she's wrestled, I love it, and fans are behind it, and that's a good thing, and they're really pushing her now. They're really so. I think I would love to see that Raquel, and my things about her. I'm not going to really get into the smiling face thing, but if they can push her right and make her she doesn't have to be a monster heel, but she has to showcase her size and her wrestling ability.
Just make it like Strowman. That's all they got to do.
Yep.
Make it like Strowman before he picked the child as tag team partner.
Before he oh gosh. What's crazy too about that is because that kid shares my name, so I'm just like, of course this kid's got my name. But it's like, it's all good. No, that was a night beyond belief right there. Oh good. But with Raquel, yeah, I think she could be a strong choice there. But look at the other people. Look at Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's had such a bizarre kind of up and down type couple years. Like she's done phenomenal, building up her, wrestling ability, getting in there, doing the work, fans getting behind her finally, and then wins the title, and then they turn on her. Like wrestling fans can be fickle, of course, but it was like fans still were behind her. I mean, we watched a live show with her, and the fans loved her, and it was like a dark match, and the fans were like cheering, like really. So it's not that they don't like her. It was just you have bizarre booking. As Sauce and myself know, one of the Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, one of the worst booked matches I've ever seen. Wasn't a bad match except for the ending, for the way it was booked.
Yeah, I'm being too harsh. Yeah, no, I'll take that back. No, that match sucked.
Oh no, I didn't say it didn't suck, Sauce. I'm just saying it was, it was just the way it was booked. You can't really blame them because they were like, well, this is how we have to have it happen. So
yeah, that was McMahon. I don't care what they say. That was McMahon booking. Even though Triple H, even though Papa H, was at charge at the time, that had to been either McMahon booking or the other clown that was there for the longest.
Right, Pritchard.
Yeah.
Bruce Pritchard. Yeah.
What that had to be one of them, yeah, because granted, listen, Papa H can't. He can't. They all can't be home runs. All his bookies can't be home runs. But I just, I stick that on the old regime.
So we do have. Looks like we have a Big O's prediction. Mela is money. There we go. All right, and you might not be wrong about that. She's back after 7 months hiatus, 8 month hiatus. So it's good. It was good seeing her, and hey, if you got the talent, use it. Some people don't like it because she just came back, she just got put in, whatever. Here's my thing. They would have never said that if someone came back from a 7-8 month hiatus for the men's and was put in there and they were a top star in that division. I'm just saying, I think it works.
And people forget, Carmella, she can run. She's actually pretty solid at wrestling, and she's entertaining. When she comes on the screen, you stop what you're doing to see what she's talking about.
Exactly.
So let's not act brand new here.
Pierre Martinez, I think, has exactly what Mia and Sauce hope happened as well. Nikki Cross eliminated quickly. So I mean, kind of
eliminated herself quickly.
Oh my gosh, right? She runs into Raquel, and then Raquel's like, bam, and then slams her down and then pins her. Well, think about it. The reason why I get why she's in that. She was the top 4, the last 4 in the Rumble. That's why she's there. I know immediately you kind of looked at why is she in there? I went back and looked. It's oh, well, that's why. Because it was her, and then Asuka, then Liv Morgan, and then Rhea Ripley. So they just took the 3 and threw them in there. I'm like, by logic that makes sense, I guess. So but that was their logic, and then on it. Personally, I would have rather had Piper Niven in it, but she did have a match to try to get into the chamber, and she didn't win. So at least she was still, and she's been on Raw past couple Raw, so they're still pushing her. So it's nice to see that with the women's division.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nikki Cross will be probably eliminated first. She might even be in there first, honestly, not even think about it. She might be starting the match. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who starts the match too. That actually might be something we do on Saturday. So I'll talk to you later about that. Who actually starts the match too. But we'll see. We'll see how it works.
So Doc, who do you have winning, and who do you have basically who's your last? Who do you have winning, and who's gonna be your last 2?
Well, for going back and forth, my heart's with Asuka.
Okay.
And it's gonna stay with Asuka. It's gonna stay. So it is gonna stay with Asuka. And honestly, Rodriguez, I can see that. I mean, I even put her down for the Rumble too. That's what actually I put Asuka. Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna be in the top 2. I think.
So do you have Asuka winning, and it comes down to her and Rodriguez? Or are you agree? Or basically, I
have Asuka winning for sure.
Okay.
But I'm going back and forth on Rodriguez. I'm thinking it could be Carmella, it could be Rodriguez. I think. I think it's gonna be Rodriguez. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I think Rodriguez will be it, but I think what's gonna happen is Carmella's gonna go in there to try to hit her. Rodriguez does something to knock her out and win. Carmella, and then Asuka gets the advantage on her because it's all how quick because they're all right there in the match, and it does something to get her and beat her right away. So yeah, if that's the top 2, then Asuka and then Rodriguez. So
so basically you basically.
I'm doing the reverse of you. Yes.
Yeah. Just flip. I got you. Okay.
And it does see what Pierre's opinion on that is. Liv Morgan will be the last. Okay. So you have because you had said Pierre before, you had Asuka all the way. So you're saying that Liv will be the last one. All right. Very cool. And again, the way they've been pushing her, fans are still behind her. It's entirely possible. But you got to remember, too, guys, the winner of this has to go face Super Bianca. So let me put that in perspective. We've already talked about that several times. Yesterday on Monday Night Raw, there was a match, main event. It was the triple threat match: Bianca versus Becky versus Bayley. Stipulation was if Becky or Bianca Becky or Bailey, all the B's are killing me. Bees. Yeah, right. Hey, wait, I am what Bubba Ray Dudley. There you go. We'll go back to it. But if Becky or Bailey won the match, they would be then entered also into the Elimination Chamber. But if Bianca won, neither one would. And Bianca still won. So it's like, what was the point of that match? Like we've talked about before with the return of Bailey and how they've like just she got a group and she's been doing good on TV and the fans are like behind her, but they put her in like how many matches?
She's been jobbing everybody.
Right? Now Becky, she got injured, so she was out for a while. So when she comes back, it's like, all right, here we go. And then it's like, okay, what's going on? I don't got anything going on. What's going on, you know? So I just thought it was a weird booking. Like, why even make that match? You know? I guess it was only
get them all something to do.
Yeah, you know, and no, it was. I know what it was. It was to get Bianca to come out, you know, with that outfit on yesterday.
She blessing us with them yams.
So
Black History Month. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there we go. It's like this. There we go. Here we go. There we go. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was when I saw that. I going, why was this booked this way? It was very weird booking, you know.
Yeah.
And but with D-Town Guy's opinion, Bianca is the face of the division.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not saying she isn't, but she has definitely entered into the Super Cena role at like part of her reign, where she's going to win regardless. So she's going to hold on to the WrestleMania. So then what's, you know, like whoever wins this match, if they, the way it's going to be booked is they have to be a heel for one thing, because the fans are going to be still behind her. They're not going to be booing her like at the house scene at the end. They were like the Smarks and stuff were all booing him. You know, but it's not going to be like that. But it's going to have to be someone that's hot enough to take that title away, which again, I could see as Asuka being that kind of not heel, but like bad enough, like a little bit bad. So, and different. It would be different there.
Do you remember what I said about Bianca when we first started this podcast?
That there's three things in life, you know, death, Texas, and Bianca holding that title.
That's true. But also I said when basically Bianca, you know, when she retained, I said she has the chance to basically become the female Cena. Well, basically she can do all the Make-A-Wish stuff and basically run through everybody, run through the same wrestlers 6 times and, you know, or whatnot. And she's basically on her way.
She is on her way.
I am a wrestling prophet. I'm trying to tell you.
We do have another chat here. Looks like from Big O. We got, so I need Raquel to be more serious and less smiley. Less
We've been saying this. We have been saying this since a month after she got to the main roster. We have been preaching this. We have been preaching this gospel for like the last 5-6 months.
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. And you know, to take her to the next step, give her a little edge. And it's absolutely correct. It's
basically, you know, all she has to do is basically just do like she was in NXT. Because she, you know, her as far as her being a heel in NXT, like she was definitely taking care of business down there.
That's all. That's all we need. So we'll see. We'll see. And a D-Town guy to go along with that, and Montez to follow, as in taking. I'm assuming you mean it's in like kind of like a heel chain turn, or just like a maybe not a heel turn per se, but like a just serious turn as a singles wrestler.
I think it'll eventually come. It's just a matter of time.
I still look at this match as the tryout, the big tryout for Montez Ford to showcase what he can do in a match that's chaotic again, like the Elimination Chamber, especially once you get 3-4 people all together fighting. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see in that one. So good point. But I think the women's match is going to be good. But Nikki Cross is definitely going to get eliminated. She's going to get in their crazy mode and then like run into somebody, like fight, and then just get like Raquel's again. Like I just see her like picking her up and just slamming her down, and then it's game over.
I wonder what the Vegas odds on either Nikki Cross or Natalya getting eliminated first.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie. I totally forgot she's in the match.
See?
I did. We've been talking about everything. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We literally, I mentioned her, and see, here's my point. Why is she in this match? There's so many other people that could be in this match. Hell, Sonya Deville could be in this match because she's at least been put on TV and been pushed and pushed. So that would have actually made more sense booking wise. She tried to fight Charlotte so many times, failed. Let me go after the other belt. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would have actually made more sense. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. But neither here nor there. We do have another chat with Pierre. Thank you. Of course, we love hearing from all you guys. They used my dream, Montez heel turn on NXT with the Ding Dong Show.
Yep.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, the way that Gigi got kicked in the face, that camera angle. That was like, I swear that was like a Charlie Murphy or Rick James moment.
It really was. And it's crazy because we had just talked about, in my opinion, that Gigi was going to turn to be the heel. I had said that last week, and then literally, I guess so, you know. It was crazy because I was like, oh, I said that. Then I watch it going, oh, crap, what the hell just happened? So,
yeah.
Oh, my gosh, that's funny. That's funny right there. But, yeah, I mean, Natalya, she doesn't need to be in the match. I'm sorry. She doesn't need to be there. Give it to somebody else. Give the opportunity to, like Piper Niven could have absolutely been in that spot. We've already been pushing her, put her in that spot.
Or the chick from NXT who wear pajamas, hell, she could have been in there.
Well, yeah, Wendy Chu. Yep, she could have been. Yeah. I mean, anybody at that. Look, you could have put Mia Yim. You could have put Xia Li. You could have, you could have put Zelina Vega. You know, if she's pushing more of that Street Fighter 6 stuff, whatever. And she's entertaining anyways. I think she's pretty entertaining regardless. You could have had her easily go in and do one of the high spots off the top of the, the pod top because she's so small. Because remember, when you're so small like that, like they actually did a funny thing. I don't know if you saw this. So 2 years in a row, Women's Royal Rumble, Michelle McCool's in it. And in 2 years in a row, she did her Styles Clash or whatever move. I can't remember what she calls it, to Zelina Vega. She did to her 2 years in a row. Like, and it's so funny because she's so small, right? It works better. Like big moves from big people will look better on a small wrestler. It's just, wrestling 101. Right. So she could have easily been in the match, but no, Natalya's in it. So, and she's not winning. It's like, what if the match starts off with Natalya and Nikki Cross? I'm just saying, what if that happens? Can they just like knock each other out and then like pin each other? Like, like lay on each other. But we do have another from Pierre. Yep, that's it. Io Sky would make a good chamber competitor. She would, especially because Dakota Kai is out sidelined right now with an injury. She can't wrestle. She can still she's been there, but she's legitimately can't wrestle. So that actually is a good idea too. They could have done that, but I'm just saying at this point, anybody else. I think we could start naming all these other the referee.
AEW.
Yes, I was about to say hands. We got Aubrey Hands. Let's go. Get out of my head, Sauce. That's good, but that's exactly what I was thinking about. Runs out to the ring. Let's go. Oh, that's funny. But we do have another chat here from Christopher Roseborough. Thanks for chatting with us. Michelle McCool finishes the Faith Breaker. Yeah, I couldn't remember right off the top of my head. I just remember when she was, years ago when she was in WWE, and the first time she did that, the Styles Clash, I was sitting here with a big AJ Styles fan. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And that was before AJ Styles was there, of course. But I said, you know what? Okay, all right. None of the other women are doing something, and no other woman uses that as a finisher. So she's like, that's mine now. But yeah, thanks for the chat, and like I said, we appreciate it, of course, from everyone. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's gonna be I'm excited for the match. I think it's gonna be good, but I think you're right about how that's gonna. You said that's gonna probably be second to that last, and then the main event.
Yeah.
It's perfect because that gives them plenty of time to do all the promo packages. for the bloodline, everything to get the chamber all taken care of and stuff like that. So, but as we speak about that, we do have the main event.
Hey,
yes, we do, and the main event that's we have a lot of different thoughts on it, but of course, it is Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns for the championship. Yes, I'm just gonna say I don't feel like saying the whole thing. We all know the championship. So
for the strap.
For the strap. And obviously this has been a long time coming. 9 months. 9 months of Sami Zayn with the bloodline. Bloodline before that, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little stale. It was Sami Zayn and this storyline that made this blow up more. Without Sami Zayn, the bloodline would not have blown up. There's just no way, in my opinion, it would have. It might. I just don't see how. I don't see how it could have. But there you go. Yeah, that looks good, Sauce. I was like, I can see it good now.
Yeah, I'm just messing around.
But okay. So we actually got another chat here. Oh, Pierre, be respectful. Call the championship by its full name. All right. You know what, Pierre? You got a good point. We are wrestling fans.
Listen. We all know what that belt is called, okay? We all know that. Look, we all know about that long ass name, okay? Let's just say the Galaxy Championship. Let's call it that.
I will say at least once for Pierre. So it's the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship of the world.
There you go.
And the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So obviously with this storyline, 9 months in the making, the whole just every little bit that has been built into this, with the storylines with Sami, with the Usos, with Jay, but going back further with main event Jay fighting against Roman Reigns and doing all this stuff, going all the way back to when Roman Reigns was with the Shield and his first pinfall loss in WWE on the roster was it Jay Uso pinned Roman Reigns. So I thought, yes, did find that was some information we were doing some research. Thought that was the craziest thing to think about when they were still, before they were heels and Usos. It's like, talk about, was that long-term storytelling? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But this match, obviously we've been talking about mostly for the last about, 4 or 5 months, but it's been good for all these months before. And they've just different theories, what's going to happen. It's absolutely got to the point of like Yes Movement, Kofi Mania. I mean, you could wrap it all into a bow. That's what's happened here. And it's insane. It's absolutely insane, And it all culminated with the Royal Rumble, him turning on Roman Reigns, getting beat up, saving his friend, saving Kevin Owens, his friend. But now coming out, going right after attacking Roman Reigns. Now, obviously, people liked Cody Rhodes. They still like Cody Rhodes a lot. He wins the Rumble. Some people are not happy. But they've done such a great job over the past couple weeks to quell the fans, not in a bad way to where they don't want Sami. It's not like they don't want the cheers for Sami, but it concurrently got the chance for Sami and Cody now, which I couldn't believe was going to happen. Like, fans will hijack anything if they don't like it. Case in point, Royal Rumble 15, Roman Reigns won, and the crowd just completely hijacked it. Nothing was going to make them happy, So, and there's many other cases of it. But last week, you had one of the best arguably, in my opinion, one of the best of all time mouthpieces in Paul Heyman, and a great promo with Cody Rhodes. I mean, phenomenal. And then yesterday, if anybody had caught Monday Night Raw, if you didn't, definitely just find it on YouTube or find it anywhere. But the promo with Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn, it was so good and passionate. It was one of those things where you really felt for Sami, and it was from the heart. It wasn't something that he was wrote for him. It wasn't something that was just scripted. It's something that he truly felt, and Cody helped with it, basically saying that You can beat them. I don't want you Monday. I want you to finish. I'm finishing my story. I want you to finish your story. Okay. I mean, the crowd loses it. I'm both. This all gets set up, and in a sense, it's like that would be awesome. It would be awesome to see. So, with all that kind of being said, going into the Elimination Chamber in Montreal, of course, hometown for Sami Zayn. What are your thoughts, Sauce, on it? Just in general.
So, Papa Roman is definitely going to bring home the bacon. And, you know, WWE's logic, if it's in your hometown, you ain't winning anyway.
Right.
Now, if this is AEW, be a different story. Who knows? But with this match going, listen, give us 22 minutes of just entertainment wrestling. We all know Roman is 3 guaranteed things in life. 1, death. Death. 2, my hairline is eventually not gonna make it to 50. 3, Daddy Roman is holding on to this belt to the day we don't see him. To the day we see him lose. So with that being said, I'm saying Roman's walking out, but just entertain us for 22 minutes. At least let us think that Sammy might have a chance. Like he's so close. Yep. Like how we all knew that a few years ago, right before Kofi Mania started, we all pretty much knew that Daniel Bryan was walking out of that chamber with the Earth belt. We all knew. He just got a brand new belt. We all knew he was walking out as champion.
Yep.
But for a second, there was a moment where we thought Kofi actually had a legit shot of walking out of there with the strap.
Yep.
And that was the day where I almost threw my chair through the window out of excitement too.
Yep.
Or in the wall. My apartment was definitely gonna have a hole in the wall out of excitement. But with that being said, we all know Roman's winning. We all know Roman's winning.
And with that being said, though, what you're saying, Sauce, Christopher has an opinion on that. I would like to see Solo Sikoa turn on Roman if he retains both titles at WrestleMania. So, yeah, I mean, the bloodline has to break up at one point, and Solo can be good solo. Hey, what can I say? Go Solo. But you're right. Let's take that back a second with what you were saying, Christopher. Roman Reigns retains the belts at WrestleMania. Our name is Nuclear Heatwave. It would be like the biggest nuclear heat of all time. Like the crowd would lose their mind on that. And guess what? That could happen because all he needs is about, I don't know the math exactly, about a month or a month and a half longer, and he'll hit 1,000 days as champion. So put that. Do you think they're going to now? McMahon would have absolutely been like, "Oh yeah, God damn, we got to get 1,000 days. Got to make sure to say that."
He would get a middle finger to all the fans and say, "Ha ha ha! Watch what I'm about to do."
So yeah, But when I saw that stat, I was like, "Oh no, gosh, didn't even." So that's, you know what? That's right in the back of the mind. That is a possibility that could happen. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah! Shout out to Pierre once again. I wanted to address this because he was talking about the wrong segment between Cody and Sammy. It was actually pretty good. You know why it was good? Because for 10 minutes we didn't have to sit there and see Cody Rhodes cries out there crying like, "Oh, my daddy's Dusty Rhodes and I got a dream." Like he actually went out there, said, talked about something else, gave me a reason to actually care about him on the TV. So shout out to Cody Rhodes. Like I said, you can only do so many promos about your daddy being Dusty Rhodes and you in there crying. Like, come on.
Right. I gotcha. All right. But again, thank you guys so much for chatting with us, because that's what we like to do. We love chatting with you guys about wrestling and everything.
Oh, so Doc, did you give your prediction? Who's winning this match?
Not yet. No, I was kind of like setting it up with all the stuff for it, and I wanted to get your opinion first.
Okay,
but
well, I'm done. I mean, as far as my opinion, I was done.
Oh, I see it as it says, Papa Roman. Yep. Let me say this. There's obviously a lot of factors in this. It's funny going over the different scenarios. I even saw something where what if another Montreal screw job happens and like Jay goes back with Roman for it in them and turn, what I'm saying, and screws him out of it. Like, what if you see Roman knocked out with the hell of a kick, Helluva Kick? He's on the ground, and then Jay, bam, turns on him. Well, turns back, or what I'm saying, like he goes back with Roman.
He get hit with that big show-itis where he just be a tweener for like the next couple weeks.
Yep. That happens, and then Roman, does what he does and then wins the match. And all I could think about, like, God damn, my Montreal screw job again. Come on. Mm-hmm. And look, that in my head, I could have seen Sammy winning, but by disqualification, right? That like I could see him winning the match by DQ, where he's just like he goes crazy, like he's been the past couple of weeks. Like, watch when he ran in on Raw a couple weeks ago, he's beating them up like or SmackDown. He's beating them up, and he's like he's more excitable. He's more energetic about it. So I could see that happening too, because at that point Roman does not get pinned. He doesn't submit. So it's hard. I honestly could sit there and say he could lose. He could win the match technically. Well, at that point Roman wins. So yeah. I guess Roman would win. So I'm still saying Roman's winning the match. Yeah,
but by DQ, or by technicality.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter in a sense but you could still put that down from what I see. Yeah, but Pierre, he does have a good point. This match, it has to end with a pin. My only problem I have with that being a pin, it just depends on how good the match is and how close it is. If he pins Sammy, which there's a good chance he will. Is that going to completely just deflate everything with him? Is it going to be, or is it going to be like Sauce said with the Elimination Chamber with Daniel Bryan and Kofi, where Kofi made it feel like he was going to win that match? If they can recreate, if that can be recreated, then that might be what happens. So,
hey Doc, real quick, because you're really good at words with friends. Did I still technicality right, or did I spell that right? Technic. You know how we do in class? Sound it out, kids. Technicality.
It looks. I believe so. I'm like staring at it like what?
Listen, this is our show. Even if it's spelled wrong, it looks right to us. So.
Oh, I know. We have our wrestling show because that's what we talk about. We talk about
wrestling fans. We're not supposed to be, according to normal people, wrestling fans, we're not supposed to be smart. So there you go.
Oh, well,
nah, you know how normal, unwrestling fans think about us. So
So technically, actually, is I can if you want. You don't have to change it. It's fine. Don't worry.
No, come on. We got to change. Come on.
All right. So so it's you. That's CATECHNICALLY. So like Callie.
Okay, hold on. L. Hey, that looks so
Hey, there we go.
That definitely looks like technical. Okay, yeah.
Then we got another chat here from Pierre. Looks like, were people expecting Eddie to beat Brock before WrestleMania 20? Maybe this is what Sammy could do.
That's true.
Well, yeah, that is true, because that was another one right there where it was all like.
Well, given how everything was booked, it made sense for Eddie to win because Brock was on his way out. So it would have made sense to lose the belt.
Yep, and that's a good point there. But even before that, like they were really pushing for Eddie because he was just so hyper popular.
Yeah,
and I've known him for years and years from New Japan, ECW, WCW, and then his stuff in WWF. He was always one of my favorite wrestlers, between me and my brother, and he got to a point where he was just so over that it made sense, and it was good. It was a good run, but it's just how the fans are. It's that strike when the iron is hot, and that's what they need to do now. But they need to be smart about it. Like, I know people are talking about possibly a triple threat match. Precedent's already been set on that, because you do a triple threat match, Roman doesn't have to be pinned. I'm just saying, if you're really worried about that. But I don't know. I'm still mad that if they're not going to split the belts and have them fight both nights. That kind of bothers me a little bit.
We don't know yet.
Oh, I know. We don't know exactly yet, but obviously getting closer and closer because we're on the roads to WrestleMania. Roads to WrestleMania. Because his daddy, Dusty, rest in peace, Dusty. He's at the pay window in heaven. And by the way, I'm not making fun of him. He's a great wrestler and everything like that. We're just kind of irritated that it's just every week now it's all about Dusty. Like, that's all.
I'm definitely not apologetic about it.
But yeah, so it's it's going to be an interesting show. I'm excited. I think we got a couple good Elimination Chamber matches. Possibly, the men's one should be really good. The women's could be good. You got 4 talented women in there. They're gonna give it to them all, in that match. And then, of course, the main event, which, regardless of the match itself, which still should be good, will be the storyline will push it above and beyond. So, but yes, that is a good preview for a pretty good show, especially being the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania for WWE. But excuse me. So with all that kind of going down, Sauce, so with this week going into Elimination Chamber, who would you have as your heat of the week? And again, for new people who doesn't know what that is, basically every week we come up with a wrestler that we believe did something great, whether it was a match, a promo, outside the ring. It doesn't, organization, anything like that. And yes, we do call it heat of the week, which typically is, like a bad term, like you're booing them. But I like it as you're getting the heat. It's like the fire with them. So in a sense, it's a good thing. But Sauce, with that being said, who do you got for the heat of the week? I'm like,
hey, listen, Grayson Waller, the man is definitely showing that he has what it takes, to move it and take it up to the next level. I'm following him very closely now. He's got my attention. Listen, at this point, like, he's already got into a Shawn Michaels little segment tonight. Now he was on his Twitter or social media talking about how they was like kicking him out of the building or whatnot. So, keeping kayfabe alive. Shout out to him. But it would definitely have to go. I'm going with Grayson Waller. He's definitely my heat of the week. Oh, and real quick, before you give your heat of the week, so also what I decided to do over here is basically like the match that we're looking forward to the most. So this is my pick. Which match you looking forward to the most?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You forgot to do that.
So you have Lesnar and Bobby Lashley?
Oh yeah, I'm picking. I'm always picking sweaty meats, baby.
There you go. Me, it's hard not to go with the main event. So I'm gonna go with the main event. So with Roman versus Sammy. As I put down on our ticker, the wrestling match made in heaven, as today being Valentine's Day. I
hope you guys liked, especially Pierre. I hope you like my thumbnail.
Yep. Yep. He worked very hard on it. And it's, again, can't do it without this guy right here. I'm like, hello.
Listen, I just work here, okay?
Hey, hold on. I'm rubbing your head right now. Look, oh, there we go. There we go.
So, as ladies and gentlemen, you saw our picks and whatnot. So, we'll definitely come back to this next week, and we'll figure out. Appreciate you, Pierre. We'll definitely see how wrong we were, and we'll
see though, because Big O, if you're still watching, if you're not, that's okay. But Sauce knows that this is coming home to me.
It's coming back to this coming back to America. This is what this coming back to.
That's okay, but it's I believe it's going to come back to me.
Yeah.
And I will be a 12-time champion. Just saying, 12.
Okay, Orton.
I know, right? Oh man, that's.
But with that being said, so Doc, let's say who you got for your heat of the week.
So for mine, it's hard. It's hard because obviously some great promos, some great matches from a lot of talent there, and boy, yeah, who got me here a little bit. Let's see. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna actually have to go with. Well, I guess that would be last week, but I'm still gonna count it. I'm gonna count for sure. I'm going with Paul Heyman. Like the Cody Rhodes promo from Sami Zayn was great yesterday. It was great. But the Paul Heyman one I thought was phenomenal because this guy can sell anything to anybody and just destroy you. So, and that's what I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see that he can come out here and do this whole promo and make it work. So that's what I'm going to go with.
All right.
It does look like Pierre looks like his choice, and it has mine as Baron Corbin. Sad Corbin is coming back, and I like it. Yeah, so as we all seen, the JBL I like, but the experiment is over with them, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the sad Corbin because, like, think of it this way: like the sad Corbin thing started. And then it kept going, and it just got over like so randomly. Like, how did that get over, Sauce? Like, it was. I'm still confused about it.
When you got charisma, you can make anything work.
Yeah, like he kept more stuff on his shirt. He let his hair grow out a little bit. So he was balding too. Like it was just like this guy is so pathetic. And even the beginning of Happy Corbin was like okay, but then it got annoying because it was like we don't care.
Well, it got annoying in a good way because of how obnoxious he can be.
Yeah. It was better than his King Corbin gimmick because the only person that made that work was, in my opinion, two people made that work. Booker T, absolutely, is King Booker, and William Regal. So, I know other people that won him back in the earlier days, they didn't use it as a gimmick to them. Like Regal he only used it a little bit, obviously, but the little bit he did was great. But King Booker, he was the best. Like better than Sheamus. Sheamus did it for like 5. Barrett, if they pushed him more, would have been better. He kind of was pretty good. But let's see if they'll keep pushing Corbin and see what happens with that. But it's a good one right there. But you know what, guys? I love all you guys. I love talking with you guys about wrestling. I'm talking to Sauce about it. It's always a good time. And we're actually, tomorrow night, we're going to a local wrestling show down, it's about half hour away or so. I believe it is Insane Pro Wrestling down in Monroe, Michigan.
Rhino's promotion.
Yep, Rhino. Yep, Rhino's promotion, and he'll be wrestling there. So, and that's going to be I think it's going to be a fun show. Sauce has already been to the show. I have not been there yet, so it's going to be a good time, I think. But looks like we do have one more thing here from Christopher. Baron Corbin should go back to his lone wolf gimmick. Yeah, I mean, it worked. It definitely worked in NXT, and it worked in the beginning of his WWE career. But I think it was just they didn't know how to book him. Like, he's a big guy. So that's why McMahon liked him, and he can wrestle. He can be good on the mic, as shown in his later iterations. But I think they just didn't know how to push him. Right? They made him Money in the Bank, and then just got rid of it. I lost it. And it's hard too because he's went so many gimmicks. Like when he was Olive Garden host gimmick, where he just came out with his black pants and black dress shirt, and it was like, this is worse than Corporate Kane. When he wore a white tank top and dress pants, it was like, I'm Kane. It's like, you are a dishwasher, or you're like somebody like you're someone. Who are you? But I mean, Baron Corbin, I think they just have a lot to think about with what they're going to do with him. So, and I'm all about it because I think the more people that can have good chemistry with these wrestlers, that's good for the whole brand. So that's fine. But I do appreciate all the guys talking and watching this tonight. We're going to have a good show this weekend. I don't think we're doing a live stream, right?
No.
We're not doing that, but we will be doing them for Wrestlemania, at least for part of it. We're not going to do it probably for the whole thing, but we're going to figure that out. But we still got a little bit of time.
We might do. I'm thinking about maybe doing possible live reaction after the chamber because Sammy, especially because Roman's going to close.
That's a good point.
We might do like a live reaction, of our thoughts and whatnot. So I mean, as far as what we just witnessed, but yeah, we probably do that. But yeah, I'm not about to talk for 3 hours.
No. Actually, that's actually a really good point. I think that's a great idea. So expect, that we'll be doing a reaction after the match with Roman Reigns and Sami is over, and we'll go from there. But if not, we'll be back here next week, 8:30 as always. And if we don't have anything else, Sauce, I think we're good for
Listen,
so what do you say? What do you got?
Listen, tonight. I know, it's a busy restaurant night. Busy going on, whatever. But as far as Valentine's Day, but at the end of the day, y'all be safe. Be smart, and we'll see those November babies in no time.
Oh gosh, that's funny.